So I just discovered that a new chapter of Maou no Hijikata has been released, and that makes me so happy, guys, because I love this series, and it also gives me a option to bring out a manga review, which, as you know, is my Achilles heel. I actually have stuff like Uberblatt Volume Zero, some chapters I really have to get reviewed, but I kinda have to catch up to that anime before I gonna do that. Else it's just gonna get worse and worse, and I end up getting depressed and falling behind, and then yeah, it ends up like last season or even worse maybe. But let's get into Mauno Hijikata's latest chapter, which is really interesting because we find out that the Council of Figurura isn't taking Aro serious. They think he isn't a threat, even thought he took down that castle which is called Ankan as easy as he did. And they even thought the master strategist they have called Cass tells them to take him serious. They don't listen to her because she is a female, so they look down at her. Because remember, in the medieval ages, females wasn't like as much important, or let's say like this, they was basically seen as only housewives, so they should just shut up and get it back into the kitchen and make the men a sandwich and look after the kids. So yeah, really sad. But she hires some adventurers to take care of him behind the council's back because she sees him as a threat. However, we learn that even thought he takes over the places that refuse to, kneel to him. He actually rebuilds the places, and the people who lives there or decides to live there, they actually feels that they have it better than they had before the occupation, which is actually what you can consider Mao's conquest, or now I call him Mao, but his name is Or, but that's a bit hard, so I will refer to him as Mao from now on. So yeah, so that's interesting. So what they are actually doing is could be considered evil, which is actually nice because we have, let's say like this. This is kind of like when Dungeon Keeper for the PC came out because that put us in the evil shoes where we had to protect ourselves against adventurers. However, this one it gives us the view from the Mao, the demon lord, and shows that it could actually be seen that he is a savior and not an evil person. That makes me really happy. But who is the adventurers? Or does they even have a name? Yes, they actually has names. There is Nadia, who is a swordswoman or a female warrior, I would call it. Then we have Alan, a swordsman, who, yeah, that's basically just a warrior. Then we have Charles, who is a priestess. And then we have Vikya, who is a sorcerer. And they actually reaches down to the fourth level and encounters what I presume to be the boss to the fifth level, which is a minotaur, and they have to work really hard to defeat him. And that actually impresses the Mao so much that he comes to greet them. And when they try to take him down, I'm not sure if it's because of a cursed item or if something, or he mentioned a cursed item, or if it is because he cast a cursed item on them, or if that Minotaur was the cursed item. But the swords, what's it called, Nadia and Alan can't move, and the sorcerer, let me see, Vic here, and who is the last one? Let me think, and let me look. Charles. They cannot cast spells, so currently they are at the Mao's mercy because he resurrects or it looks more like necromancy because he doesn't put back the head on the Minotaur. So we are left with a cliffhanger because it says, how is the group Alan's group gonna, what is the fate gonna be of Alan's group? So yeah, that's really interesting because for once I actually really like that group. Because it's funny to see how when they defeat the Minotaur and he is like, at one of the girls is like, I think it's Charles. He basically are like patting the head, and then the two other girls are getting jealous. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see something. Yeah, of course it's a bit cliche, but it's nice. And oh man, I really wish that we would get another chapter, or I really hope we get another chapter in this month, because waiting 1 month, it's so painful. It's so painful, especially now when we have like kind of a two-part chapter, man. But it's so painful to wait. But when that is said and done, guys, all I can do is basically sit and suffer in agony and wish you all a good day, good night, wherever you are. And I hope that you also liked it, this chapter, man. If you read this stuff, or maybe I have introduced you to this. But when, and then, yeah, all I can say is cheers, guys or girls.